Magandang araw! Sama-sama tayong matuto sa Teacher Sal Learning Resource Channel.
Revised K-12 Curriculum, Science 3, Quarter 2, Week 8, Basic Needs of Living Things. For Day 1, identifying human activities that threaten or destroy the environment. Recall the basic needs of living things: food, water, air, sunlight, and shelter. Think about how these needs are met in your own life. Remember that all living things, humans, animals, and plants, depend on a healthy environment to live and survive. Our lesson purpose: do you wash your hands before eating? Why do you need to wash your hands before eating? It is important to wash your hands before eating to wash off dirt and germs that can cause diseases and make us sick. What causes an environment to become dirty? In this lesson, you will identify human activities that threaten or destroy the environment. Pollution and threaten. What comes to your mind when you hear the word pollution? The word threaten. Think about what pollution means. Some people say it happens when we throw trash into rivers, make the air dirty, or have problems with garbage disposal, and all of these are correct ways to understand pollution. Understand that the word threaten means there is a possibility of harm. Pollution can threaten the environment because it can cause damage to living things and nature. Let's have activity 1. What human activities threaten or destroy the environment? Materials needed: illustrations of polluted environments, water, land, and air. Notebook, pens. The duration of the activity is good for 20 minutes. What to do? Do not write on this activity sheet. Write your observations and answers in your notebook. Your teacher will provide your group with illustrations of polluted environments. Observe the illustrations. Write your answer in your notebook. Here are the illustrations. What kind of pollution do you see in each illustration? Write the letter corresponding to the kind of pollution in the space below each illustration. A. Water pollution. B. Land pollution. C. Air pollution. What activities cause this pollution? Your answers may vary. You might say that pollution happens when people throw garbage or trash into creeks and rivers. Others might say that smoke from cars makes the air dirty. Still others might add that pollution occurs when there are problems in disposing of waste properly. What kind of pollution do you see in your community? Answers may either be water, land, or air pollution, or any combination of these three kinds. Draw in your notebook one activity that harms the environment, water, land, or air, in your community. Share your drawing with your group mates. As a group, discuss how certain things and activities pollute the environment. Understand that some things and activities can harm or destroy the environment. Remember that as learners, you can take action to help conserve and protect nature. Do your part so that all living things can continue to live and survive. Discuss with your classmates some simple actions you can do to protect the environment. You may talk about reducing waste, conserving water, and planting trees. Share your ideas and choose one action you can start doing today. How can you help reduce pollution in your community? Some may say that as a learner, their role is to help raise awareness of the importance of protecting the environment, which serves as home to living things. Others may say that their role is to always keep their surroundings clean. What can you do to help protect the environment? Some may say that they should throw food wrappers and other waste materials in the proper trash bin. Others may say that they would join cleanup activities in their communities. Learn that some things and human activities can make the environment dirty or polluted. Do your part by cleaning your surroundings and keeping them clean every day. Remember that a clean and healthy environment helps all living things survive. Some things and human activities contribute to polluting the environment. Pollution harms living things, and we can take action to clean up the environment and help living things survive. What are the things or activities in your community that threaten or destroy water, land, and air environments? Fill out Table A. For the first column, things or activities that threaten the environment. Second column, water environment. Third, land environment. Fourth, air environment. For the possible answer, throwing garbage in creeks and rivers or food wrappers just anywhere contributes to threats to the environment. Burning garbage in the backyard contributes to air pollution. For day 2, inferring how changes in the environment affect living things. What causes a water environment to become polluted? A water environment can become polluted in many ways. One way is when people throw trash, like plastic bags and bottles, into rivers, lakes, and oceans. This trash can harm or kill animals that live in the water. Another way is when factories and farms release harmful chemicals into bodies of water, such as rivers, lakes, or seas. These chemicals can poison the water and make it unsafe for plants and animals. What recent changes did you make to your room? Is your room better with the changes you made? Some changes, such as rearranging the bed, cabinet, and other furniture to make more space, make the room better. Other changes, like placing the cabinet where it blocks the light source and making the room darker, may not be a good change. In this lesson, you will infer how changes in the environment affect living things. Infer. Get ready for the activity where you will find out how changes in the environment affect living things. Observe carefully and think about how these changes can help or harm plants, animals, and people. Let's have activity 2. How do changes in the environment affect living things? Materials needed: illustrations of clean and dirty rivers, notebook, pens or pencils. The duration of the activity is good for 20 minutes. What to do? Do not write anything on this activity sheet. Write your answers in your notebook. Your teacher will show illustrations of a clean river and a dirty river. Here are the illustrations. Observe the two illustrations. What do you see in the clean river? What do you see in the dirty river? What plants and animals live in a river? Water plants, algae, fishes, snails, shrimps, and crabs live in a river environment. Discuss with your group mates how pollution affects the plants and animals in the river. How does pollution affect the plants and animals in a river environment? Pollution makes the river unhealthy for river plants and animals to live in. Pollution can harm living things. Two groups will share their discussion and answers with the class. Pollution makes rivers and other bodies of water unhealthy for the plants and animals living there. For your extension activity, some of you may write a short jingle about the importance of protecting the environment, water, land, and air. Others may create a collage poster showing how changes in the environment affect plants and animals. Living things get their basic needs like food, water, and shelter from the environment they live in. Pollution harms the environment, making it harder for living things to meet their basic needs when the environment is polluted. Think, pair, share. Other than pollution, what other changes in the environment affect living things? Other changes in the environment that affect living things include land conversion, wherein natural environments are converted into residential, agricultural, or industrial areas. Fishing practices that damage water environments cause changes that affect the living things that depend on those environments. As a learner, and with the talent and skills you have, what can you do to help conserve and protect the environment? Pollution is a threat to environment because blank. We can help conserve and protect the environment by blank. Possible answers. Pollution is a threat to the environment because they make living things unhealthy. We can help conserve and protect the environment by throwing our food wrappers in the proper trash bin. Planting trees and taking care of plants and animals will also help. Understand that pollution changes the environment, making it harder for living things to get what they need and to survive. Realize that your simple actions, like reducing waste, avoiding littering, and joining clean-up activities, can help protect and conserve the environment. You see plastic wrappers litter in the school garden. How do you think this will harm the garden plants? Throwing garbage in creeks and rivers or food wrappers just anywhere contributes to threats to the environment. burning garbage in the backyard contributes to air pollution. For day 3, explaining how caring for the environment enables living things to survive. Why is it important for living things to live in a healthy environment? A healthy environment enables living things to meet their basic needs and survive. What action have you taken recently to help keep the environment healthy for living things? No matter how simple your actions may seem, all these add up in helping to keep the environment healthy for living things. Have you been to a forest before? If you have been to a forest before, what does it look like? If not, have you already seen a movie that featured a forest in one of the scenes? What living things and non-living things do you see in a forest? A forest is an environment where tall trees, wild animals, and many other kinds of living things live. In this lesson, you will explain how caring for the environment enables living things to survive. Acid rain. Acids taste sour. Fruits that taste sour are acidic. The acids in fruits are weak acids. Strong acids are harmful. Some of these acids are used to clean toilet bowls and floors. What do you think happens when acids mix with rain? Acid rain forms when smoke from factories and cars mixes with the rain. Acid rain can harm plants and animals. Let's have activity 3. How does caring for the environment enable living things to survive? Materials needed: notebook, pens or pencils. Duration 20 minutes. What to do? Share your experiences with forests or other natural environments with your groupmates. Take turns in your group to share an experience you had in a forest or other natural environment. Describe what the place looked like and what you saw. Each member has 1 to 2 minutes to share. What is the importance of a healthy environment for living things? A healthy environment enables plants and animals to meet their basic needs and survive. Read the following short story about how acid rain has affected a forest environment. Acid rain is rain that is mixed with harmful chemicals. When it falls on an unsafe environment, it can make the living things in that environment unhealthy or cause them to die. Here is the short story. There was once a once healthy forest that is now a sickly site. Acid rain fell in the forest. Acid made the trees and animals unhealthy. The trees were once green and lush. Now they are bare and brown. Their leaves used to be a source of life. Now they have withered and fallen. The forest floor that was once soft and damp is now hard and dry. The stream that was once clear and sparkling is now a muddy, lifeless puddle. The animals that once called the forest home are struggling to survive. The mammals, once strong and healthy, are now weak and skinny. The birds, once full of song, are now silent and still. The forest, once a place of beauty and life, is now an unhappy piece of land. What happened to the forest? The forest, as well as the living things that live there, is becoming unhealthy because of acid rain. How did acid rain affect the trees? Acid rain caused the leaves of trees to wilt or wither. Some have turned brown and bare and are dying. What happened to the animals that lived in the forest? The animals are sick, weak, and struggling to survive. Acid rain made the plants which serve as food to the animals unhealthy. What would happen to the forest if the acid rain stopped? If the acid rain stops, then the forest and all the living things that live there will become healthy again. What could people do to help the forest recover? Acid rain is caused by smoke coming from cars and factories. When this problem of smoke emission is addressed, the acid that mixes with the rain decreases or stops. When the rain is safe again, the forest begins to recover. It will also help to plant new trees. To bring an unhealthy environment back to being healthy, care is needed. Two groups will share their answers and explanation to the class. Plants and animals need their environment to be healthy to meet their basic needs and survive. For your extension activity, create a 1-minute video clip showing the actions you can do to help protect the environment. You may include activities like reducing waste, saving water, planting trees, or joining cleanup drives. Share your message clearly to inspire others to care for nature too. When a pollutant, which in this case is the acid that mixes with the rain, is removed from an environment, plants and animals become healthy again, and the environment is a safe home to living things once more. How does caring for the environment enable living things to survive? Caring for the environment includes making sure that it is able to provide for the basic needs of living things. Simple actions such as segregating trash, avoiding littering, and joining cleanup activities show care for the environment. Complete the following sentences. When pollutants are removed, the environment can blank. People can take action to blank. When the pollutants are removed, the environment can recover. Plants and animals are able to meet their basic needs in a healthy environment. And people can take action to protect the environment. Look for news articles about an environment that has recovered from pollution. Write an essay explaining how that environment has recovered. Use the following key points as a guide. When pollutants are removed, the environment can recover. Plants and animals live best in a healthy environment. People can take action to protect the environment. Generally, when environments recover, they become healthy again for living things. Removing pollutants in the environment helps it to recover. For day 4, suggesting ways on how to protect and conserve the environment. Call 2 classmates who haven't shared yet. Tell about your group's discussion on the short story you read last time. What is the story all about? How do you keep your house clean? What household chores do you do? To keep the house clean, all family members work together to do different chores. One person might be responsible for washing the dishes, while another sweeps and scrubs the floor. In this lesson, you will suggest ways of protecting and conserving the environment. This is an eco bag. An eco bag is called as such because it is environmentally friendly. It is durable and reusable. What other words do you know are often paired with eco? Ecotourism, eco-friendly, or eco-hero. Eco modifies the word it is paired with by relating it to the environment. Let's have activity 4. How does caring for the environment enable living things to survive? Materials needed: notebook, large sheet of paper, colored markers, pens or pencils. Duration is 20 minutes. What to do? List eco-friendly practices that you and your family do at home. Eco-friendly practices are about doing things that can help keep our planet healthy. Use the following questions as a guide. How do you conserve water at home? Your answers may include using a glass when brushing teeth, using a pail and dipper when taking a bath, or washing the car. What do you do with your trash? Your answers may include sorting waste into bins for biodegradable, non-biodegradable, and recyclable materials. How do you save energy? Turning off lights or devices when not in use, using energy-efficient cooking appliances. What can you do to reduce air pollution? Walking or riding a bicycle for short distance destinations. Call on some volunteers to share your group's discussion and answer to the questions with the class. Remember, every action counts, no matter how small. Do your part to protect the environment, where plants and animals get their food, water, air, and shelter. Present your group's poster to the class. Explain the eco-friendly actions you showed in your poster. Answer this question: how do small actions help protect the environment? Remember, your individual actions are important in keeping the environment clean and healthy so that living things can get their basic needs and survive. Keep practicing eco-friendly habits at home and in school every day. Why is it important to help protect the environment? It is important to help protect the environment because living things get their basic needs such as food, water, air, and shelter from their environments.